All right, so I'm going to start by creating a new C# script. Call it game scene. Go ahead and get rid of everything we don't need. Only going to need Unity Engine and Unity Editor. Be sure that Unity Editor is in the preprocessor directives so we don't include it in the build. Get rid of all the unnecessary functions. Not going to need any of them. All we need is a public scene asset. I'm going to call it scene. Initialize it to null. And we need a string for the name. Call it scene name. And also initialize to null. Also include the scene asset in the only using Unity editor. So again, it doesn't get added to the build. Sorry for the typing. Jump back in Unity, let it recompile. Gonna go ahead and add an editor script. So new C# script. Call it game scene property drawer. Go ahead and reload the project. And just like last time, get rid of everything we don't need. Curly braces on new lines, we're not monsters. Go ahead and also make sure we include the using Unity editor. We're going to need that for the property drawer. And then we need the custom property drawer type of game scene. Too many braces there. And then this is going to inherit from property drawer. Get rid of the functions we don't need again. Check my notes. And we're just going to override the onGUI function. Get rid of the base. Start with the generic stuff, a label and position. And then here's where it gets fun. So I'm going to start by doing a begin change check so that we update when one of the properties in the property drawer changes. We only want to make changes if something actually changed. We don't want to continuously check this. We're going to add serialized properties for the scene asset and the scene name. So we're just going to go scene property.find property relative scene. I'm going to make another one called scene property or scene name property. And then the property relative is also going to be scene name, just like it is in the actual asset. Just changing the indent level here, something I do in editor scripts. Well, property drawers. And then we're going to add the object field for the actual scene asset that will be shown in the inspector. Take a position, a serialized property, which is our scene property. The type is going to be scene asset. And set the GUI content to none. This is where we use that change check that we set before. So whenever that object field changes, this if check will become true, and we'll enter this part. This is where we're going to update the scene name. So scene name property that string value equals. And this is where we're going to make sure that we grab the object field, cast it to the scene asset type. Make sure we put that in parentheses, and then we'll get the name of that asset, save it to the string value, and then we're going to update the or apply modified properties on the actual scene property which we're expecting, or the game scene that we're inspecting. So just make sure everything is saved back to the actual asset. Reset the indent level and end the property. So we'll go ahead and recompile, open up Unity. I'm gonna go ahead and wait for it to recompile again. Editor scripts usually recompile longer. And then we're gonna go ahead and make sure we're using the Unity engine.scene management so we can actually load scenes. Just gonna give this a serialized private field so to make sure it shows in the inspector. It's gonna be a type game scene. Just call it underscore game scene. Simplicity. Make sure it's a new game scene. That's how you spell new. There we go. And then in the start function, we're just gonna load the scene if it's not null. So if game scene does not equal null, scene manager dot load scene, and then I'm gonna pass it the string, the game scene name field. Yeah. And that should do it. Although I did make one minor mistake. You'll see it here as we drag and drop that test loader onto the, drag and drop scene loader onto the main camera in the boot scene. It's missing in the inspector. That's just because I made the mistake of not setting the game scene to serializable. So I'm gonna stop the video here and, well, a couple more seconds while I figure it out. Yeah, so here's where I realized like I needed to make the game scene serializable. Did I? Uh-oh. Yeah. Once that's done, you should be able to drag and drop that into the inspector and save the scene, play it, and you're good to go.